I'm not surprised that Cougar is just going to Nautilus. And Nautilus into Zeri. Nautilus and guaranteed hard engage. In the front line, CC for your Nidalee, CC for your MF. Still a good setup here.
Doing a pretty nice laning phase himself.
A good trade. I think either team making the right call here. BNK wants to play towards the top side. Getting grubs when you have Yone and Renekton is definitely a solid investment. And on the flip side, Nongshim playing towards their stronger bot lane. And it will be Hextech next. Mihao, oh, he is low on mana.
Oh,
does have 2 cookies.
He can't really clear the wave, and now he's just going to get rooted by the Zyra, not able to avoid any of that. And so it's first blood handed over to the Renekton.
Setting yourselves up with 2 Drakes early on would be good here, but it's not like the BNK composition doesn't scale, right? I talk a lot about Nongshim, and I think that what they're looking towards is team fighting. But if it's a perfect...
Wait, you just saw him clearing the wave. Oh, he's going to be rooted. Now Mihail might be dead. He is going to go all out, trying to take out Clear, and he does get the kill. He knew that he could stay and get the 1v2, and that he does, just barely.
Situation is a little bit better. We do now see the lane swap as well. And Nongshim really want to play for these grubs.
Yeah, might just be able to pick them up there about to spawn, but take a look at this. A 1v1 down on the bottom side. Also a wraparound from Clear. And there you go. The Rakan goes in. You dive onto the backline. Sylvie is very low. He's trying to get out, but he cannot. Even Yone, closer, was looking for the follow-up there. And that's just a kill. Mihail does not get killed, but he gets pushed out of lane. And that's a couple of extra wins for BNK FX.
Really nicely done there by BNK. Identify a moment of weakness, and Clear with the big flank coming through. Also, Meow did have to flash, whereas Hannah didn't have to invest his chase potential of the Zeri. Obviously something that is tough, and if Meow has his ultimate, Hannah can never go for that. But nicely done there by Hannah. Good punish, and then the topside play showing why the Nidalee is such a high-risk, high-reward pick.
Started here on the second Drake. There is a chance of a Chemtech Soul Oxes here. We'll see what happens. But it is going to be the first Drake going to BNK.
It does feel imminent, doesn't it?
It kind of does, yeah. I don't know why. Could be Ocean. No, it's Infernal. Okay, nicely done. So pressure in the top side from the Renekton continues, but a nice little play as a team from Nongshim to pressure the bot turret.
Still a successful play, even though they don't get the... I think ideally you at least get the flash. Oh boy.
Yeah, he might just kill him here. The all-out does come down though, and he is under turret, so Clear is going to have to back away. But guess what?
Oh boy.
The whole team, it feels like, is up here. And even the Rakan quickness is going to be utilized just to make 100% sure. And it's just not a fun game for Mihail, who again chose this life.
They knew. Yeah, this was... You kind of knew this was coming. And BNK especially, I think, plays so well when they can be the aggressor. It's what got them the wins. And even though this isn't enough stuff to get nerfed, like, we've learned these lessons. We are a region that has been known for Renekton B1 for a really long time. So we should, we just copy your old homework.
Yeah, I mean, things change, so it's kind of hard, but I do agree. There are answers. Either way, we do have some action here, as Teleport's going to come in, but Cougar is getting bullied. The MF ult is okay. It's actually going to zone them off of Cougar and let him survive, but this Renekton is just gigantic, and they have to run away from it, as another blast going to be utilized here by the side of Nongshim, as a root comes down and ult as well, and Jiu does not have flash. In a bit of trouble, but the damage doesn't come in! Oh! Hannah is going to die, actually, takes the last turret shot, and Jiu just baits him in.
No, we're not gonna risk it. We're playing into Yone, Renekton. They have flash, Rakan has flash, and we don't. So, surprising level of level-headedness. You have Black Cleaver, Liandry's, add Blade of the Ruined King, and Infernal Dragons on top of that.
No, actually Raptor is going to get hooked here, and a full MF ult hits him in the face. Unfortunately, the rest of the team is kind of zoned away. Raptor going to get hit again, and he is going to go down somehow, barely dying to that. Cougar does get traded back, but kind of funny that Sylvie was able to extend that and actually pick up the kill.
Maybe...
Will we ever learn about Nautilus?
Maybe, if we get a Bilgewater episode and they do some sailing, and then all of a sudden, you know, shows up.
Well, that's a Corki. He is going to flash away, and Closer, oh man, that was close.
coming in here. I don't... So, obviously, the Nongshim TP is the one that set this one off. Definitely not necessary as...
Mihail trying to bait him in here. It might actually work as there is an MF nearby, but actually he just gets popped like a balloon. And now the MF is like, oh crap, it's a giant croc. What am I going to do? And it's a 1v1, the flash away. He does get the kill, but it's a double kill for the Renekton. As Clear will win in the end.
I don't want to jinx anything. This is very early, but we get a game without Tristan. I think we should celebrate that. I think we should collectively be happy about this as another attempt and another... maybe yes, maybe no. Don't seem to be too sure.
Say it ain't so. Well, they're actually looking for the engage here. They are going to try to go on to Guger, but that's a double Yone ultimate. Catches the Cassante, who just gets ripped to shreds. As Fisher doesn't have flash, but he is just able to kite this one out as Renekton, after he uses his slice and dice, not able to get in there. Big double up.
And you can come back. But if you're a weak spot in the LCK, like, you will just get dove on repeat. You know, the punish game, I think Peanut is always my peak example of this, where if he identifies that you are vulnerable, you're not playing the video game. And I think that's really where we see the difference here. And I think BNK doing a really good job of exploiting that inexperience, particularly on a pick like the Cassante, where it feels kind of counterintuitive because of how tanky he is. Yeah, he's taking a beating. Like, neither side lane is going to feel great.
Clear is just running out, and he has randoms. Fisher doesn't really do damage to him at all, and he gets the slow in. Now he's just running through 3 people. He is finally going to be traded back, but the rest of the team has followed up. The giant MF ult comes in, but Closer immediately shuts that down, lines the ball up, picks up a triple kill, and Guger is just food for the rest of them. BNK FX pick up the ace, they'll get the Baron, and they're looking good for game 1.
And Clear does the setup, soaks the cooldowns, gives his life, and then Closer says, oh boy, and bro.
Yep.
So I think for BNK, these are must-win matches, and if you win these, your playoffs becomes so much more manageable. And right now, they're looking up to the task.
Yeah, they definitely are. And we even saw at the end of that last team fight that Henna just feels so comfortable in this kind of thing because he comes in right at the end and he's just cleanup duty. And that's where Zeri is really at her strongest, which is another thing in the draft that we were kind of surprised about, that Zeri was just totally ignored and just given over to Henna. And he was just allowed to play it once again. They had an answer, they thought, he was to figure out how to draft against their opponents specifically. And yeah, this game, we're not talking too much about it because BNK has a 10,000 gold lead, a perfect bruiser build, and he can build tanky because he already has enough damage because he's so far ahead, so that he is actually unkillable. I mean, how do I deal with this? You know, how do I figure it out? And yeah, no, they're not killing him. It's not going to happen. Like, Fisher is putting all of the damage into him as possible, and it just doesn't matter. Arm guard purchased by Sylvie just to go down. Duro did go very deep, though, as he might be... no, it's just going to get rooted up. Will Mihail, who was desperate to try to kill just the Rakan, who has Warmogs. And now, Clear is going in. Zeri is getting focused. Yes, he'll go down, but Closer is in the back line. And Jiu desperate to try to run away from this one. Not the cleanest fight, but BNK FX just kind of bang their head into the wall and get the job done.
In a classic BNK fashion, Henna just goes, gets popped, nobody cares. Doesn't change anything.
Oh no,
and we
trying to ult in front of them, that's not going to work out. He's got GA as well, and that's going to be the end of the game.
I haven't even talked that much, but I think we see here as well with how far behind the front line was, particularly Mial. Like, Gio just never had any space. There was always someone there to cancel, and man, what a game from Clear.
Yeah, the Aatrox is very out of place.
So, what you would have wanted, ideally, is Jace. Like, Jace is the best. You have Braum, you have Ivern. If you can play Jace well enough, I think you lock Jace. You have Closer taking a little bit more damage than I think he was looking for. But Henna has made the roam just to ensure that they get this topside objective. They might even be able to rotate towards Dragon. I think the biggest weakness of Ivern is that his objective damage is... It's not good. It's very slow, so he does need the setup from the rest of his team.
Just auto the Dragon from the brushes. You'll get it in like 2 minutes. Eventually. BNK FX, they get those 2 grubbies, or 3 rather, and Nongshim, And the bottom lane is coming over here, but maybe potential to poke on in here. Duro just going to run towards the Ashe. Now he has to commit. He goes on in, but this is a 3v4 BNK, and that's just going to be Duro dying for seemingly not a big reason. Although now that Raptor's here with level 6, he really wants to throw that ult into the brushes and maybe even steal this one away, as there's the ult, going to do a bunch of damage, and now comes out of the smite fight, and it goes the way of Raptor. BNK FX, I didn't believe in them, but they extend the fight, and now they're getting some big value. So many low health bars, as down will go Jiwoo, and even Fisher is going to have to flash away from this one. Raptor just on the hunt, looking for more, as one more W not going to get it done, but still an eventual win for BNK FX. BNK FX, they're just going to get to work on the second set of grubs. And it doesn't look like Nongshim can do anything about it.
No TP available for Fisher yet, so the timing here really nicely done by BNK. Just gonna get their 6 grubs. And, oh, can we get the cancel?
Yep.
That's big. Very nicely done. That's gonna be a lot of plates going over here to Fisher, a lot of minions being lost, so BNK do have to pay a price.
Gugar's just gonna go in and face check. They do have an Aatrox in, but the timing is not good for Nongshim. Drew in a bit of trouble himself. He's not even gonna bother to flash. And Sylvie gets the kill, kind of unfortunately.
3-1-1 right now. So,
yeah, so it's leveling Q.
Well, he could go 3 points into Emax, but I don't think that's... I'm not optimistic on that one.
Don't think so. And it is Chemtech Soul. Drakes have a lot of priority just because BNK want to deny it, as they're getting to work on the Rift Herald, while Nongshim tried to bully out Clear.
Nongshim are faking a bit of a contest here. Doesn't look like BNK is going to take the bait. Nice read there by Clear, knowing that we haven't seen Ivern. Don't think that he's actually contesting. Means the goal is basically even now. Dragon's going to be the big thing, though. I do agree with you, Veldas.
But Winner is going to bite a little bit harder.
Yeah, but we've already learned that. Like this is like just with the Renekton thing. We've learned these counters. We don't need to relearn them.
Yeah.
We should know them.
But for some reason we don't. Fisher's going to lose that trade. Thankfully he has Ivern to help out, as now the TP is coming in, and they're in a really rough spot. The arrow is not going to hit, but I think Closer's still in a bit of trouble. The Senna ult will help out him. He flashes, but he can't even get the knockup on a Closer, and now he's just dead. The Aatrox alone, not able to do anything, as now we have the Nature's Grasp coming in. Not going to hit anyone, actually, but the root is going to hit Gugar. And they will back away from the fight. Just the kill on a Mahile, but it feels like a big one.
Yeah, some questionable flashes there, I do want to say. I think Meow's obviously taking the cake.
We still got Gnar available Clear, trying to go forward. He's going to hop in as well. He does hit 2 of them. Jiwoo avoids it, but the rest of the team is not, as Sylvie is in a lot of trouble. Going to get hit in the head by a house. And down will go the turrets. Meanwhile, we've got Closer pushing mid, and they're not even done with this fight. As Nongshim trying to step up here, Clear not able to do much, as for some reason he didn't get over the wall. And the Lucian is down a level and is losing to Corki.
Very far forward here.
Yeah.
Ends up having to...
Oh God, what happened here? But actually it's being turned. Nongshim able to get that kill. There's the reset. Now Duro's in a bit of trouble. He's got to run away. Is Duro not quite able to run from the Aatrox, as this brand value is just kind of getting out of control. Everybody burning, but it's still a couple of kills to Nongshim. And some very low health bars though. So BNK trying to stand up for this Drake.
Is that enough to get them the Chemtech Drake? If they can start stacking the Drake, it's going to be absolutely incredible. Really what they're looking for. I've taken a good amount of damage. Meow also getting some much needed gold influx this time around with that kill. And this is one of the key things with Ivern. He really forces you to relearn your kill windows. Because if you go in and he shields in extended trade...
He tried to ward the brush, 100%, I'll tell you that. And the Rift Herald is going to be used as an engaged tool. Here comes the Senna.
That's Hannah.
Engaged Senna is back, and he's just going to crash into the wall.
I'm getting some Lucid Maokai vibes, where he's used to playing stuff with a lot of proactive engage power. And Maokai is not that, right? Yeah. Maokai is responsive engage powers.
That's an Ivern alone, and he is in the forest, but he's not enjoying this at all. But TP is coming in, and he kind of does bait them in. It's now Closer in a really rough spot, trying to get the kill. Misses the big one onto Gugar, who is incredibly low. And Raptor is still kiting it out and chipping away at those health bars. But Fisher going to take this moment now to go top and try to get some of this local gold. No. It's just going to go down?
Yeah. They don't want to take the risk. They have a okay amount of vision, but not great. So there was an angle there for BNK to collapse on
You
him.
referenced it anyway. To some of our Zoomer fans out there who probably haven't seen it. This is part of why the brand feels nice into this. You just throw your W's and brushes and you hit people. As already the poke is coming down, and now the Braum is standing in front, but he's just burning so fast as Raptor is just frontlining alongside of Duro. Is everybody going to flash away from that Gnar? And now the kiting will come out here. And Mihail just frontlining pretty well. Closer once again, diving the backline, sets up the kill on the Fisher with his dive Corki, as the disengage code is going to be denied, and Mihail can't get away from them. That should be the Drake to BNK.
I honestly wish they would go Nash. I think they might still try to do so immediately afterwards. There's no TP on Mihail, on Fisher. I think that might be the nail in the coffin there, and they had to make the decision one way or another. Either we all commit because the health bars are low, or we back off. Instead, it's neither, as we see in picture-in-picture. Nash being taken.
Yeah, Nongsim didn't want to challenge that at all, as Jiwoo and Sylvie were pushing bot.
It makes sense. Yeah, they had no TP. There was no way that they're going to be able to make anything happen.
Anyway, BNK FX are going to push mid with their Baron buff. It was a nice little try at a gank rush from Nongsim.
Have you even thought about the repercussions of taking these plants out of the environment, Valdez?
But I do wonder if BNK will be able to crack the base. They'll be able to take down an inhibitor turret, and with everybody backing now,
play into. I think they might be able to get it. That's a bounty as well if they do.
Well, we'll see if they do, as Duro's really going to send it into the banana brush, and you know what? It's going to work out decently, as now Jiwoo is frontlining as Ash. He has to flash away, and now Fisher's frontlining as Lucian. What's going on? As they don't seem to have a frontline. Mihail was never able to get there. Now a bit of damage goes into Gnar, as, again, the train has well and truly fallen off the tracks now. We're not wobbling back and forth anymore, as both teams really trying to play for this one, but Mega Gnar is about to time out after this TP does get finished. As BNK FX, they really want to burst down at this Dragon. They're going to go for it now. The Chemtech Soul goes their way. Duro on the engage. Fisher is so low, he has to back away, and Guger is just going to be sacrificed, as nobody else was able to save him. And now Daisy will be called out for some reason, just to try to help them get away, which they will.
Getting poked, move back, because they don't have engage, which again is why it's so important to get the setup. They didn't really manage to do the damage they needed to. And with this second Nash, I think BNK are about to lock in their 2-0, continuing their trend upwards in the standings and making a case.
Just 3 high-value items.
Yeah, of all the picks that still like basically rush Warmogs on, this is definitely a good one because you're actually farming. I would have really liked it. I'm going to be the case, and it doesn't look like it'll end up mattering Valdez.
He just said it got nerfed, so I'm not building it. Raptor's just nearly going to die, and he does flash to try to get away. Is the Redemption. Tries to snipe him down, but Redemption not quite as strong as Chemtech plants. And so Raptor at half health. Certainly that culling hurt quite a bit. Raptor will survive, and there is healing from the center. So they're able to back away, he's able to sustain up, and the push will still come through for BNK FX.
Slow and steady for BNK. Not taking too much risk, still have a minute left on this. Could opt to have Duro back and TP back in if they want to keep the wave alive.
I feel like you just throw out a Nature's Grasp, as Henna is just going to cleanse that one. Duro still holding onto that Maokai ultimate.
And there's no engage. But how do you catch someone? You can't. So you guys getting siege in all lanes.
Yeah. Maybe if they had a Renekton that was really far ahead, they just run at them. But that was the last game. And it was their opposing team, not no team.
And I know we're always looking for upsets when we all have the same predictions, but I think this one is going to be at Miel. One last-ditch attempt.
He finally finds the flank in this game, but it's as the Nexus turrets fall, and they are not going to do anything to help him out. Mihail gets 1 Q onto the backline, and then the Nexus falls. That is the one that's mid, is the Lucian. And so the Callista almost definitely is top. Yeah. You could play Ezreal top. I don't know why you would ever do that.
Ad goes like, oh,
yeah.
oh boy. to a lane. Look at the minions. It's 16-0, 18-4, 21-6.
19-0. Now they're diving. This isn't looking... Oh, no, it's looking fine. Envy's just going to die. Lahens might pay for it, and down he goes. But it's still a winning trade for Genji. Yes, they lose their support, but the Zeri has 6 CS and no TP. They're actually...
I don't know if that matters.
Are they going to back?
No, I no. You
They're like fake backing out of...
No, he's getting mega. Oh, no, not in time.
Yeah, no,
okay.
they're just fake backing. And Morgan does have flash. I think he gets out because Kenyon doesn't have flash. And maybe not. He's trying to get in range here. Nope. I was right. He does get away just because Canyon doesn't have flash. Now, again, he gets away, he survives, but he's not farming at all. He's not even getting XP. Out he goes. He is not level 6 himself, so no recourse really. Meanwhile, Canyon is fighting the top laner.
At least we know that the Breon fans, they won't care about it.
Oh, yeah, no. Positivity's through the roof. This is a very fun game to watch.
They're unbothered as we're rotating up 5 people. We're getting these grubs. We're doing it!
They're just going to get one and back. And it's such a huge commitment from Bro. I mean, I understand it, right? They're behind. They want to get something.
Oh, but it's also frozen. That's fun.
Not anymore, but yeah. It was there for a while. And now maybe we're going to dive Keen. Now...
Because he doesn't have flash, so...
I don't think this works. In fact, I think Paulo might die. He nearly does. As speaking of dying, Morgan is dead. Down he will go, and that's just a straight-up 2v1. As you mentioned, you know, can he even solo lane? The answer is no.
Right? Like, that's just not happening, especially not with how Kane has been playing towards him.
Yeah.
And this reminds me of the Quinn game. That was, I think, the best Quinn game that I've seen in the LCK last year when KT played around Keen and his Quinn. And it was exceptional as yet. Now with 3 people, they can dive.
Okay, the Zeri ulted. Surely they're okay. They're just going to engage on an Envy, and you know what? They are totally fine in the 2v3 under the turret. Lahens nearly dies himself. And yes, a bunch of damage was done to Envy and Paulo, but it feels like the first win that we can actually say Bro have gotten in this game.
Very nicely done there. Ends up being Envy getting a little bit more fed here. And Genji, that's the one thing that I do think they have to be very mindful of. I think it's really easy when you're this far ahead to start, as we have been doing, just kind of cutting corners. And I don't think that Breon should do that. That said, though, it's not the end of the world. If they had 6 on Lahens, maybe that works out, but signaling that the era of AP junglers and carry junglers is over again. And we're going back to support.
So now we're just going to have Canyon playing tanks that build support items.
Yeah.
That's not very fun. And this is not very fun for Chovy either, as he will flash at the very end. Does get clipped by pretty much everything there. And Bro will get their second win of the game, able to shut down Chovy in mid.
The Rakan's actually really nicely done there by Youngjae, catching him off guard, getting the ult chain. Turret's still going to go down. And there we see, look,
5 plates. It's either this wave or the next. As TP now just going to be utilized into mid to try to push mid and top at the same time for Genji. And now we got a little rotation coming on over as that's the charm on the 2, the knock-up and the team fight for Bro. Chovy is dead, pays. It's going to be saved by the Maokai, but is he saved actually? Takes a bit of damage, but Fate not able to extend quite as far as he would like to. But Lahens is going to have to pay for it now by his life as nearly gets the knock up there. But now we got Keen in the party, throws Canyon in. This is a 3v5. You don't have to take this, but Genji will anyway. As Youngjae is getting low, they get the knock-up on the Keen and he goes down. And Genji, they play with their food for just a little bit too long, and the food attacks back. They will totally wipe Genji in the fight.
And Pace tried his darndest, but it's not enough. Genji!
This outer and top, but Genji as a team getting down there in the bottom side. They're going to take out the turrets. You can see the difference in where the minions are coming from, or rather the gold. As Fade is going to ult on in, but now he's taking a bunch of damage to the Maokai. Chases all the way in. The culling is being blocked by Paulo the Charm. Utilized on the Canyon, but the locket is there as well, just for that extra bit of shielding. And Genji will be totally fine. Gets a little bit iffy, but they get the job done.
Want to highlight as well, Chovy actually playing like solo lane Kalista Terminus early on actually has a ton more value than it normally would. And this is a very late Drake. Like this might be one of Genji's latest Drakes that they've had this season. Actually ends up being Cloud, which they got a lot of champions that can benefit from that on either side, really.
Absolutely. Bro are trying to siege this mid-tier 1. They would really love to take that off the map after the Rift Herald did a big chunk. Here comes Morgan as well. Just really trying to force this. So all 5 members of Bro in mid. And they should be able to take it down, especially because Kane is not there. He doesn't have TP, so Genji just going to take the loss. Bro group up for the mid-tier 1. You're pointing out, Envy is really fed. 5 kills, has a bounty. Doesn't have a lot of CS, but it's still a relatively big Zeri at this point in time. So it's not out of the realm of possibility that we have Bro try to come back, but that Maokai ultimate gonna put a damper on things as now the culling thrown in, and a massive true shot barrage gonna hit everyone, and Youngjae just disappears. And down goes the Sejuani, and well, having a little bit of positivity there for a moment, but it kind of ended pretty quickly.
In the barrel, which Genji, unlike some of our teams last week, were actually able to hit the fish. You're still going to be fine.
Yeah, Lahen's built it first still, and so did Palu.
Takes a little bit of time. That is all, as Chovy is just merrily taking the dragon, living his best life. Case now has Spear done as well.
Brush is the one you need to control. And Genji, they gave up some vision on Baron, but because they had control of Banana Brush, they were able to retake control of the Baron vision very easily. And yeah, now Lahen's kind of get caught in the same place, and the Maokai ult is going to come in here. This time Genji, they want to get aggressive with it, and Pace is just so massive that he's going to kill 2 people before the fight even really begins. His fate is also going to go down, and this one is already a wash. It's just going to be a clean ace to the side of Genji, unless Morgan somehow miraculously gets out. That's not going to happen. Nobody dies on Genji. Everybody dies on Bro. And game 1, it's over, guys. It's over.
Well, some might even say Brover. Keen's just going to solo the dragon. I thought they were going to also send someone mid, but it doesn't look like that's going to be the case. Hit the wall, but almost looked like he eat out of getting knocked back in. And
there's so much stuff happening. The camera went like 7 different directions before we even saw that Bro members are dying again. Genji, it's almost like they took a break. They were like, let's just rest for 10 minutes. I don't know. And now they're like, okay, let's end the game. I'm bored.
Okay, we had our fun.
Yeah.
We
let's put them out of their misery.
Yeah, it shouldn't come as a surprise who I voted for.
I think it's Pace. I think it's, yeah. He is up 3 levels on Envy at this point. And Youngjae, I mean, he doesn't have anything as an R into the wall. And Morgan, you see the ult does get the back. And finally killed Pace. But wait, there's more. There's 2 more AD carries, guys. You killed the Ezreal.
Guys,
you used everything.
Diving very deep.
No, I think it's fine, actually.
They didn't have damage dealers.
Chovy he's untouchable, and Keen is still full health.
Keen's like, guys, can we end?
Just have so many AD carries and you get this far ahead that it's just, Bro need to use everything to kill 1. And there's still 2 left. So the Nexus is going to fall. Genji will win this game number 1 in 30 minutes, or after they've had their fun and get their DPM numbers just a little bit higher. And that's going to do it for game 1. GG.
It's this or Gragas. I think Gragas is exceptional into the Jax as well. AP Gragas also would work really well, but it is good. Still living a great life.
Yeah.
JDG in the LPL.
Just having a good time, no doubt, without us over there.
We're not jealous, by the way.
Yeah, definitely not. Wow, okay, Palu gonna get us started off, as now we do get the handshake, but that's already a lot of damage, and the flail coming out, hitting everybody. Morgan coming over as well. And, well, they don't get anyone. Trying to extend here on a Pace, but that Q is the first choice for Palu, and now he's just getting kited out, and now he might actually die. He doesn't have flash, and yeah, he's dead. So that's first blood given over to Pace after that, level 1, as Envy not even able to punish either.
But then Pace showing the power of level 1 Ashe, and even without Halo Blades.
Slow comes in, Envy has to cleanse, and he's just gonna kill the Hens. And now the flash comes in, Envy looking for the 1v2, but it's not gonna happen. Pays able to fight back.
Feeling great. The only downside is that I think they're down a little bit of experience. But I don't know. Oh, no, I don't know about going in there, Palu. I don't think you win this longer trade.
They're trying to really get this kill onto Lahens.
But
it's not going to happen.
And Cleanse, and he's Ashe.
Yeah, he has Cleanse, and Palu can't get away because he doesn't have Flash. He's just dead, and now Envy is baited in as well. It's just a double kill for the bottom lane of Genji.
I really don't feel, or really feel like they don't really care about the grubs that much. We are rotating 2 people over, so maybe they want to do a late contest. But
looking for the kill here on a Fade, who's in a bunch of trouble. That's the block on the ult. He still has Flash, but nope, not quite going to be enough. It's over.
For the mental, absolutely pivotal as Keen might be some trouble here.
Trying to bait him in as now Youngjae, level 6, waiting to throw it forward, gets the stun down, and Keen is dead. They finally find an angle to take him down. It only took 3 people.
Then
trying to bait Chovy here, and it's actually going to work out. He does opt to flash. And he gets out of range, but finally the stun comes on in, and he should be going down. There it is. Fate going to pick up the kill, and it's just the roaming gang squad.
The solo laners are in a good spot, which right now they are.
Look at this. Youngjae, ult available. Fate once again trying to bait in Chovy. I feel like Chovy is not going to respect it, actually. There's the follow-up on the Fate, as now Chovy is pretty low, but he's not going to die. And I kind of saw it coming. I'm like, they don't quite have enough damage to get him across the line, as now True Shot Barrage barely going to miss him. And Chovy will live.
And that's why boots are getting nerfed, Brandon. Right there. That was...
Thank you for the example. Fate does not have Flash, and so he will go down. As Canyon finally is like, you know what? Stop bullying my mid laner. I'm going to help him out. Yeah, he's incredibly fed at this point in time. Fate continues to try to put on pressure, eats a turret shot. Palu is here, as is Youngjae. Trying to get on into this one. The culling might help a little bit, but I have a feeling Jovi's not getting out of this one, as down he will go. And another great gank from Youngjae.
Pays, arrow.
All right, that's going to hit the Leona. Good block from Palu, but does he get away? Looks like the answer is going to be no. As that poor Leona, man. Palu's trying his best, but he's going to get caught out once again.
Still going to use the goal, but not nearly as well, as we do have
5 plates again.
Yes, Chovy also did not waste any time. Immediately TP'd back. Second Drake's going to get taken. Oh, God. It's... oh, never mind. I'm getting pranked.
That was the first Drake.
Yeah, I thought that we were going to have a mountain, so I was like, man, that's fun. They have a lot of front line, but we don't know yet. We need to see. Because the dragon is getting taken right now. We're going to find out soon. And they are a good amount earlier than they were last time around. It's Ocean. Any successful fight of Brionne involves having Morgan there. I think Morgan is the biggest tool they have. Because if you take down Chovy and or Pays, this isn't a triple AD carry composition. They will actually be lacking damage. Now the problem is that Chovy is obviously insanely slippery. And then there is also Renata. And I don't have a solution for Renata as a champion. But it did. Everything ends up working out.
As in goes Palu, he's not going to hit anything, as now we do have a TP coming in, but the hostile takeover hits everything, and that's the issue. But another TP comes in from Morgan. Surely that'll help, as the answer is absolutely no. Fate's going to go down. Morgan is alone as Youngjae gets routed. Envy finally gets there, and Morgan nearly sneaks a kill on the backside of this, as it's not quite an ace, but it nearly looks like a clean ace, as Envy says, well, I'm not getting out of this. I don't have Arcane Shift. I might as well fight, and just kind of looks silly. Team ults that are amazing in the Bros comp just absolutely wiped them out. And it wasn't super flashy. It didn't get the kills, but it set up everything. Yeah. And now the game is over.
I think there are...
Uh-oh. Yeah, that's an engage into a handshake. Palu on the Leona with no flash will go down. And we do have another charge. He's going to utilize it down in the bottom lane. He's getting better at his driving. No, I spoke too soon. And I cursed him. He missed it. It's over.
Now maybe, well,
it is. It's getting a lot of attention. Yeah. Bro have identified that, hey, they're going to back off of this push with the Rift Herald, and they're going to go for the Dragon. So where are they not going to be? Top lane. So we can take down the top lane turret, get the objective bounty, and try desperately to claw our way back in this game. Maybe I blocked it out of my memory. I'm not 100% sure. They're just taking a 20-minute Baron, by the way.
This game is clearly done. I want to give...
The steal!
Oh.
I was getting hyped. Paulo's going to flash. He's dead anyway, but, you know, might as well flash. Tried to unlock his Hex Flash, which he did do. And you know what? He held Pays in position, but it's not going to be enough. As heal is used by Lahens, gets him out, and Genji have Baron. And we'll see where they push with this one. Can pretty much go anywhere. Poor Paulo, man. They're like, man, we got Ezreal Leona. This is going to be great. Paulo very confident on Leona. Let's get it done. And now he's 0-6.
Life's rough.
Life is rough. Yeah.
I was trying to double check because I think the Viper Lahens roster was of Hanwha.
Yeah, that was Hanwha.
Yeah.
Viper and Lahens.
So I'm missing out. And then Lahens was next year.
Okay, nice block there from Morgan, who's going to hop away. And now we got the flank coming in, but the dodge at a pace, but they just get on top of this. Ash, as you were saying, he's going to go down, but the trade onto Fate is pretty huge. Morgan going to go on in. As the counter-strike is big, it's going to stun up 3. As Chovy is still alive in the backside, has the bailout, looking for the takedown. He will be denied, but Keen, unkillable. Envy doesn't quite do enough damage. The wallets are just a little bit too heavy here on the side of Genji. It's much closer than it has to be, but Genji are still going to win in the end and stop the push from coming in. Meanwhile, his team with the last drops of the Red Bull Baron power play.
Almost a perfect game as well.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't just a loss.
Uh-oh. Engage Renata from the jungle as the hostile takeover comes out, and Envy is just going to get caught by everything. No real way to peel for him. He didn't have Flash. He only has 1 Arcane Shift. And down he goes.
Look at Lance. He's walking up.
What is happening here? He's just sprinting at the Sejuani. And the Sejuani ult is going to hit, well, the Udyr. As Genji, once again, showing some restraint. They don't have a wave.
Right there!
Bro!
Didn't know. Oh man, they wouldn't have killed him. They would have gotten this flash though.
Yeah.
That would have been cool.
Maybe his QSS.
Oh no, Black Cleaver.
Yep.
Bladed the Rune King. It's back, Feldes.
It is back.
And you know people are going to build it because Chovy did.
Of course. Chovy built it, so everyone built it. It must be the build.
This is another Sunfire Yone situation, I'm telling you.
What will they do about it?
I don't think they'll do a lot. They're going to try and play for the fight. Try to get those 2 carries, Valdez.
Yeah, Young Jae, he's not even able to get in the pit. This lineup, not bad, but the root comes in from Canyon to deny Fate entry, as now the hostile takeover is just the cherry on top of this one, as now Morgan in a lot of trouble. And Pays is not even going to go down. They had the bailout available and ready to go on him. And that should do it. Genji get a second Baron, and they'll look to push and end the game.
Clean ace from Genji. Oh, well, not an ace. Fate's still alive. It doesn't feel like that's going to really change a whole lot here. As we do need a wave, which they will be receiving shortly. There it is. Just tanking it. It's fine.
Fate still does have Flash and ult if he would like to send one, you know. Instead, he's just going to be hands shook, and then he sends one. Actually, pretty nice, but he will immediately die. So, not going to feel too good. As Genji, they're taking a bunch of damage, but they're selling out a lot more than that. As, yep, they'll just hit the Nexus. The second they're in danger, it is a clean 2-0.